I'm not putting another single bad thing in my body. Trust me. Don't feel good. I'm not putting another single bad thing in my body. Trust me. Don't feel good.
Hi guys, how are you doing today? My name is Kidneyjay. The J stands for jerk because my kidneys are a pair of jerks. And this is a Foodie Beauty, Everyday Miriam, Big Visa Rooney herself, kind of a health update. And I know you guys are thinking, KJ. No one cares! But I do feel ever since Foodie Beauty has moved back to Canada, where she does have universal health care at her disposal, she has been expediting her journey to a bedbound era or perhaps a assisted living situation, perhaps a vegetative state situation, or even worse. You guys can see that that bench looks very similar to a coffin. I don't need to fill in the blanks there. So we're going to talk about Scooter. We're going to talk about the decline of cardiovascular health. We're going to talk about the very real possibility of Foodie Beauty's future and what it might look like if she keeps going how she is going. Of course, I will sprinkle in my very real experience of seeing decline like that happen all around me. But before I do get started, if you could please just, show a little love in all my buttons. And I do have memberships listed down below. If you want to support my humble little channel that way, you can. So let's just start with the Scoot. A scooter that no physiotherapist recommended, a doctor didn't recommend. It wasn't under supervision to help her conserve energy on her health journey, to help her get healthy. Let's just listen to her thoughts and why she thinks the scooter's not an issue.
I became obsessed with just like staying on track. But I don't know what eventually went wrong. It just takes it's like a slippery slope. You don't even realize. I know I have to move, and I will be like committing to my health because I don't like feeling like crap. I don't know if it's the scooter though, because I'd probably be more of a hermit anyways. Like, I would never go downtown if I didn't have a scooter. There's no way. I'd probably be a major hermit. Maybe I'd even be bedbound.
Yeah, of course. Because if she didn't have the scooter, how would she get downtown to consume thousands upon thousands of calories and beaver tails and whatever else her mouth happens to land upon? Not only that, there's a timeline of decline if you decide just to scoot everywhere. You have muscle atrophy. Of course, you have reduced cardiovascular endurance. We all saw that when she tried to do her stamina bees, and that did not go very well at all. You have muscle atrophy. You can lose 5 to 10% decrease in muscle size in your legs after 3 to 4 weeks. And those of you who have followed me for a while know I had my own immobile era. I broke both my hips because I have bone disease secondary to chronic kidney disease, and it was recommended I got a scooter. I declined, but I did have a walker. I had a cane, and now I am fully mobile. I don't have any of that, but I needed to consult a physiotherapist, an occupational therapist, so they could develop safe and structured mobility exercises for me so I could get back on my feet. And there is no reason why Foodie Beauty could not get mobile again, but she won't because that's how she is. We all saw her, what was she calling it? Her stamina era, and how that did not work out with her. So yeah, just keep on scooting and see how things get progressively worse and worse, Foodie. All right, so let's get a little grim, a little dark, and talk about the real possibility of what Foodie Beauty's future will look like if she continues how she is going on. So I made this lovely AI depiction of Foodie Beauty living her best life in an assisted living facility ordering a little bit of takeout to her bed. And believe me, I have seen that happen. I have seen people order takeout to their dang dialysis chair. Where there is a will, there is a way. But I want to thank Les Nessman's secretary on X, who said things more succinctly than I ever could. They said, hashtag Foodie Beauty. As someone who has spent 18 years in emergency medicine, I will say this. You dying is not what you should be worried about. You should be worried about stroking out and becoming trapped inside your own body, having an indwelling catheter for your bladder and a tube up the other end, TPN nutrition either through AGI or arterial port, and just laying there, possibly moving your eyes back and forth if you are lucky. You'll be subjected to bed sores, turning into ulcers, cellulitis, skin infections, UTIs from the catheter. Your lungs will fill with fluid, which puts you at risk for pneumonia and then full respiratory failure. I have seen patients last for years in this state, literally lying there, being awake, but not able to do anything. What I just explained is my biggest fear, more so than death. You should fear it too. And I could not agree more. Those of you who know my story about the hips, well, who breaks hips? Older people. So I took dialysis where there was the long-term care, and people would come in not being able to move. They maybe be on Hoyer lifts like this. Good news about those Hoyer lifts, some of them actually have a scale built in, so there would be an accurate weight update. Wow. But anyways, they were filled with tubes. They were not aware of what was going on. They were emaciated. They were a shell of their former selves. And if Foodie Beauty thinks that there's going to be a big catastrophic big bang event to end things, that is very unlikely. She will have a slow, painful decline if she continues how she is choosing to go on. And being in a rehab facility, the sights, the smells, the regimented meals, the checking on bowel movements, the lack of privacy are all very real, all very depressing. And that is Foodie Beauty's future. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but definitely soon. And the only difference between the long-term, well, the people at the long-term care facility is they are in their 70s, 80s, 90s. They lived long, healthy lives. Can Foodie Beauty say the same? I don't think so. Anyways, just my 2 cents about what has been going on and how Foodie Beauty is basically speed scooting her way to a future like this. Thank you for listening, and I'll talk to you later. Bye now.
Videos from her rehab bed, and she's not very mobile, like, at all. So sometimes I wonder, like, okay, you guys must, I know you guys must watch me scoot around and devour beaver tail with diabetes and immobility and must think, oh, what the fuck, you're dumb. So I kind of get it now, because I, like, look at her and think that sometimes.